Hello. My name is Dr. Stamenov. I'm cardiologist working in London in UK. 6 years ago, I was presenting with a challenge to follow my heart and move to London to be with the person I fell in love with, or to remain in Macedonia wondering if I made the right decision. Without much of a thought, I listened to my heart and I moved to London. But then, little I realized the problems I would have to overcome. I had to face all of my fears, learn to settle down in a new environment, and the culture I knew nothing about, and take further exams to be able to activate and validate my license and being able to work as a cardiologist in NHS in UK. It is at this time that my path crossed to Mr. Paul McMonagle, professional and competent pipe fitter and piping supervisor, and a client of Tony J. Selimi, a world-renowned author, speaker, trainer, and transformational life and business coach, specializing in human behavior and maximizing human potential. Hi Paul, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm very good today, thank you, Todo.
Oh, that's great, that's great. So, first thing I would like to ask what are some of the problems you were facing before you reached out to Tony J. Selimi? Can you recall?
Yeah, so some of the problems I was facing was from age 17, I'd been suffering from severe and debilitating OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder.
Right.
OCD is ranked as being within the top 10 of the most debilitating illnesses in the world.
Right.
And linked with that, I also had depression, anxiety, and epilepsy, partial blindness, and also I would suffer from panic attacks.
I'm interested to know what is the difference between the care you received from the NHS and working with Tony?
So from age 17 to 30, I went through the NHS system, and for all the great work that they do, I never really improved going through that system. The solution seemed to be medication, and the medication never took away my pain, it never healed it or cured it, it only numbed me to that pain. And working with Tony, an expert who spent 30 years, he's studied psychology, engineering, NLP, CBT, he's integrated it all into his own trademark science-based methodology. I knew that for me to get the results I was wanting to achieve, I would need to work with someone who could help me achieve that by basically upgrading my psychology so I could get the results I was looking for.
Right, so do you think that his work is personalized, more custom tailored, and more deep and sublime rather than...
When I work with Tony, I work with on a program which is specific to me, it's detailed to me, it's completely for me. It's all about me, the program, whereas in the NHS it's a one-size-fits-all program.
So if there is one thing that you can extrapolate from this, what you are telling me, what is the main core difference between working with NHS and working with Tony? What makes Tony so unique?
He makes me feel safe, he makes me feel valued, and I completely trust him with my whole life.
Right.
I can tell him anything, I mean absolutely anything. And there's so many people out there who would benefit from having someone like that in their life, because that is priceless. That is priceless.
Right. There are numerous things that makes Tony J. Selimi's transformational work unique as compared to the NHS work. First, his sublime, cohesive method that includes embracing in holistic and integrative medicine and psychology. It's something that we don't tend to practice in NHS on a regular basis. Ayurveda, holistic medicine, is still experimental part in medicine that we try to embrace it, because medicine in conventional sense means whether there is some material or fictive evidence, we go with a certain amount period of time with trials, and afterwards we either accept it or decline it. The second thing is custom made, personalized, face-to-face coaching program. What I mean personalized is when it comes to certain medical condition, mental, psychological condition in NHS, we tend to be focused in this situation in general, because this, whichever mental condition it is, we have evidence, we have trials, we have diagnostic tools, we have specific therapeutical measures. However, in his work, he embraces, as I said, this conventional with non-conventional psychology, and he made custom-made program in regards to specific mental or psychological condition, so he can tackle the problem very, very deeply and very, very subtle. And he tackles the problem not pharmacologically, but he tackles the problem non-invasively with NLP or CBT or DBT, cohesive treatment, which is unique when you go and experience with him, and it's quite extinctive as compared to the other therapies. Paul, what do you say to anyone who may think that they could not afford to work with an expert?
So I would respond to this question with a question.
Right.
And that would be that human life is priceless. And knowing where I was spending my money 20 years ago, I was investing in things that only worsened my condition and took me to the brink of suicide a number of times. So I was drinking a lot, I was partying a lot, I was taking a lot of drugs, I was gambling, all of these things which made me worse. And, how much is a life really worth? It's priceless. So today I invest in things which have improved my life. I no longer have epilepsy. My OCD very rarely surfaces. I mean, I can go days, weeks where it won't surface, and if it does, I can manage it. At work, I'm more productive, I'm a higher performer, I'm more focused, I've got higher concentration levels, I'm extremely analytical. All of these things benefit me. So that's what I would say to a person. Investing in an expert will pay dividends over and over and over in your personal life, your familial life, your professional life.
In every single sphere actually in your life. So you want to say that Tony J. Selimi's work is transformational?
It's transformational and it's
priceless.
Absolutely priceless.
Yeah, okay. Another thing I like about Tony J. Selimi new book, The Unfakable Code, is that the new principles that he created, the behavioral transformation principles, those principles actually are really, there is a very, very strong science behind it, and it's very subtle and it's going in a very, very deep level. So not only sublime psychology, not only using subliminal message, not only tackling the issues from a lateral, vertical or horizontal pattern, he also embraces the main very, very well-renowned classic psychologists like Jung, Freud, Gestalt, which is one of my favorite, and he resembles a lot about that in many terms, but he fuses them in a very, very unique cohesion and method which tackles the behavioral patterns that makes outcomes in a positive or negative way and changes your reality. For instance, if I'm obese, there must be something within my behavioral pattern that makes me obese. Or if I'm an alcoholic, there must be something in my behavioral which is deeply, deeply rooted, sublime, that I can't really associate it with, but makes me do and repeat the same pattern on and on. So his method is focused on the behavioral patterns that changes your reality, but is tailored based so that every person has its own unique, specific, tailored program, and they can benefit and they can transform your life, my life, everybody else's life in a completely different level. Paul, what one message would you like to share with the world?
So my message would be, if I could go back in time,
Right.
I would tell myself that investing in your own personal growth and personal development is priceless, because it will pay dividends for the rest of your life. It's like investing in a bank and getting dividends every day. That would be my message.
That's awesome. So, from what you've said, investing in your professional, personal, relationship, business growth, it's priceless, and it can put you in a level at which you won't recognize yourself looking backward from where you were and where you are just gonna go forward in the future. I think that that's really, really transformative. Thank you.
Thank you.